Have you noticed that everybody is using the word trauma these days? Like everything that was stressful in their life has been considered a trauma to them. It's traumatized them. It's their excuse for being a victim. Well, here's the thing. There is real trauma, and we do need to recognize and respect people's traumatic experiences. But not everything was traumatic. Trauma in and of itself is meant to describe something clinically exaggerated, something severe and acute that happened to, in an interpersonal sense, change your reality and your understanding of the world. It has a psychological consequence. But because somebody yelled at you when you were a kid doesn't necessarily mean you were traumatized. So even if we're not talking about early childhood years, right? Let's think of trauma. Instead of using the word trauma, maybe use stress. Because stress can be positive, negative, or neutral. A lot of stress can be very productive. It can help you grow. You have to have some level of stress, just like you need to have some level of conflict in order to grow and deepen your relationships. So if we're thinking about people and relationships and the things that you consider trauma, or maybe not you, but some people out there, they might consider like someone violating a pretty innocuous boundary as a traumatic event. You traumatized me. You violated my boundary. You abused me. Everything gets blown out of proportion. So this is not good. This is not healthy. They're exaggerating a lot of things. Now, there are times, again, when it's going to be traumatic and we need to address the real trauma consequences for people. But there are going to be a lot of things that we need to reframe as just stress, something that's not great that happened, but it doesn't mean that you are injured because of it. Thinking about things that way is going to put you in a learned helplessness state. So I hope that you consider this an empowering message and not an invalidating message. I am a retired trauma specialist. It's definitely something that was my life passion, and I want to support all trauma survivors to get the healing that they need, but I also want everybody else to see it as not always a traumatic event and something that you can normalize in a different way by using the word stress. Try it out and let me know if that helps.